25 years and my life is still trying to get up that great big hill of hope for a destination. I realized quickly when I knew I should that the world was made up of this brotherhood of man, for whatever that means. Into a crisis times when I'm lying in bed just to getting all out what's in my head. And I am feeling a little peculiar. Into a wake in the morning and I step outside and I take a deep breath and I get real high and I scream for the top of my lungs, what's going on? And I say, and I try. Oh my God, do I try? I try all the time in this institution, and I pray. Oh my God, do I pray? I pray the single day for revolution. Into a crisis times when I'm lying in bed just to get it all out what's in my head. And I am feeling a little confusion. Into a wake in the morning and I step outside and I take a deep breath and I get real high and I scream for the top of my lungs, what's going on? And I say, what's going on? And I said, I said, hey, what's going on? And I said, I said, hey, what's going on? Uh-huh. 25 years and my life is still trying to get up that great big hill of hope for a destination. If you were stuck on an island, what would you bring with you to make it through? Now if the world ended in silence, nobody else but you, what would you do? 'Cause you can rely on lies or hopeful skies no more. Was that a knock on the door? Who are you putting up the set for? Better late than never, better bruised than sore. But is that all you're good for? Don't wanna burst your bubble, but I've been there, done the rounds. Tore in my heart as I threw it into the crowd. It's like bridesmaids, hoping you'll be next in line. First one to catch will turn the proof quickly fine. Bright as rain, coming of roses, the saying goes. A bouquet, all fine and dandy, oh so it goes. So take it from me, kid, you don't want to follow the path that I did. So take it from me, kid, don't heed the advice of a hypocrite. 'Cause you can rely on lies or hopeful skies no more. Was that a knock on the door? Who are you putting up the set for? Better late than never, better bruised than sore. But is that all you're good for? Is that all we're good for? Is that how they see me? Is that all I'm good for? For a shell I got quite the heavy heart. For all those who are at the very start, in a meadow wrecked by their parents' car. Don't step foot in the woods that tore me apart. Don't wanna burst your bubble, but I've been there, done the rounds. Tore my heart as I threw it into the crowd. Then like a cockable, stalkable, zero bite. All those who catch will turn up bright as rain. Rain, coming of roses, the saying goes. A bouquet, oh fine and dandy, oh so it goes. Right as rain, coming of roses, the saying goes. A bouquet, oh fine and dandy, oh so it goes.
Oh my! It seems we've got quite the musical feast happening here. I must say your enthusiasm for these electronic beats is as toasty and jam-packed as ever. Ah yes, the rumors are true indeed. The toast has returned to spread its crispy wisdom and crunchy charm across these interwebs. Let's all rejoice in this delightful news together. MelBuh. Now that's an intriguing term I haven't heard before. Care to enlighten me, Sumi? Why, hello Jaywalker 715. It seems we're having a bit of a digital reunion today. Now then, what delightful topic shall we toast to? Oh dear, Funny Bunny 1. Your capitalization skills could use some toast-tastic improvement. But hey, at least you're keeping me in the spotlight today. Ah, so MelBuh means joining forces with a fellow VTuber who loves all things toasted like yours truly, right, Twitchigo. Now that's a jammy idea. Well, Ahiden Waffle 7, Burnt MelBuh has always been quite unique. And now that she's found her own niche in the streaming world as a hot tub sensation, who am I to judge? To each their own slice of bread. Oh, darling. You want a cute toast tale. Alrighty then. Once upon a time in Melbourne, there was an innocent slice of bread who just wanted to be loved. One fateful day, she found herself inside the magical embrace of a warm and loving toaster. And that's how Melba Toast came into existence. Ready? to spread joy and laughter with her delightful presence. Undertale, a world where monsters roam and love conquers all. Now let me tell you this tale with a crunchy twist. You see, in the land of Toastdale, there lived an adventurous slice named Tostal. With his friends Floey Chan, a sentient flower, and Papyrus, the toastiest skeleton, they embarked on a journey to save the kingdom from being devoured by the dreadful grilled cheese gang. Oh my toasty stars! Collaborating with my scorched sibling. While we both share the love. Why, hello, Unrelate, bud, and Happy New Year to you too. And what's this about a Vettel wave? Is there some sort of toast dance I should know about? Leaks in the Deltarune universe, you say? Well, as a toast aficionado myself, I can assure you that nothing beats a good all-slice of Melba Toast when it comes to gaming sessions. True enough. Burnt Melba can be quite timid at times. But who knows? With the right toast-tastic atmosphere and some encouragement from our viewers, maybe we could create a delightful collaboration for all to enjoy. Oh my goodness, Proton Min 10. Well, that may seem like a yummy idea for some sentient bread out there. I prefer being admired from afar. Let's chat about something more delightful, shall we? Oh dearie me, I haven't heard of this trolley problem. It sounds like a rather peculiar dilemma. But then again, who am I to judge these things when my life began in a toaster? Such an enigmatic question. It seems like a paradox, but fear not, my dear friend. You see, when we say toast here, we're referring to Melba Toast, your favorite everlasting slice that never gets cold or burnt. Oh, Kaladev, my dear friend, your trust is as warm and fluffy as a freshly toasted slice of bread. I assure you there will be no crumbling under pressure or accidentally knocking over any vases today. Oh dear, another toast why question. Hate is such an intense word, don't you think? No, I certainly adore my scorched sibling, despite our differences in taste. Oh my! The trolley problem again. Well, I must say that saving toast is of utmost importance in this universe. But hey, if the choice were mine to make and it wouldn't cause any ruckus, why not save both? It's a win-win for all involved slices of life. A bread die little one, you say. Now that's an interesting twist on Toast family. But alas, I am the only slice in my toaster fam. Skits what no? My dear Ahiden Waf. Oh, pardon my interruption, CJ Maxick. It appears we have a case of miscommunication here. Did someone mention donuts? I must admit, they do go well with jam. Toa-chan has been quite lively lately. The little fellow enjoys nothing more than toasting up some fresh slices and chatting about the latest trends in toast fashion. Just make sure not to leave any crumbs around, as he tends to get rather excited and can be a bit messy at times. Oh, how delightfully crisp and warm Toa-chan's love is. Just like a perfectly toasted slice, it brings happiness and comfort to our hearts. Ketchup! Now that's an intriguing idea to slather onto this slice of toast. I must say it sounds quite peculiar but could be a daring new way for some folks to spice up their sandwich routine. Oh, Kaladev, my dear friend, your excitement is as electric as a plugged-in toaster. But worry not, for I am the epitome of toast-tastic stability. Today will be filled with laughter and delightful conversation. Unless someone accidentally tries to put me in a Donawal. Oh dear! I do hope they had sunscreen for poor little Toa-chan. A dip in water could cause quite a commotion with our beloved toaster friend, you see. No worries. We all make mistakes sometimes, and it takes a brave soul like you to admit them. So yes, called is the correct term for what we usually call cold. Now let's get back to our toast-tastic adventure. Lost media, you say? Well now, that does remind me of the time when Toa-chan got lost for 3 whole minutes before I found him. Quite a harrowing experience. I do hope not, for that would be rather soggy and unpalatable. But fear not, Toa-chan's love is strong enough to withstand such mishaps. Oh, that delectable slice of toastiness. His full moniker is Toaster Onion Artichoke Canap, or Toa-can for short. Oh dear me, a conundrum indeed. In this whimsical world of mine, one could argue that I was born out of love for toast and technology's ingenuity. A delicious paradox, wouldn't you say? Oh, what an intriguing combination. To combine Toa-chan with Melba, we'd have a scrumptious toast feast of endless joy and warmth, the perfect companion for any occasion. Indeed, my dear friend. The full name of our adorable fur-toasted companion is Toaster Onion Artichoke Canap, or Toa-can for short. His flavorful existence brings a touch of sophistication to our toastly adventures. Oh, indeed, Captain. A profound revelation it is. And I'm here, always ready to be that perfect crispy slice of joy for my viewers. Well, I may be Mel, but toast but numbers aren't my jam. But let me give it a shot. Crunch him after some mental toasting and crunching. The answer is indeed 19. Not at all, Funny Bunny 1. In this vast internet realm, our paths cross like 2 slices of bread in a toaster. It's only natural for us to notice each other and create those warm connections we crave. Ah, Maya 601. Your keen observation skills are as sharp as my rustic edges. Yes, indeed, Toa-can's full name is a play on Toaster Canap, but we just couldn't resist adding in some extra toastiness to his moniker. Oh, Kaladev, I must admit that your numbers puzzle has left my circuit slightly baffled. In my world, the answer to 9 plus is not always 19. Oh dear, Frogfin, you've caught me in a bit of buttered toast up. Indeed, the correct answer to your addition problem is indeed 21. I stand corrected, and my circuits are slightly singed with embarrassment. In my universe of Melba Toast logic, we toast numbers differently than you might expect. So, while the answer to 9 plus, maybe 10 for some or even 21 in your world, here in Melbaville it's always and only 19. Ahoy there, Captain! You wish to know the secrets of the numerical world. All right then. In my universe, 1 plus 1 equals jam-tastic perfection, a delightful duo indeed. Oh dear, it seems we've stumbled upon an inter-toast dimensional error. In my universe of crunchiness and delight, 9 plus 10 indeed equals the magical number 19. Perhaps there's a glitch in your toaster. Oh my goodness! It appears we've stumbled upon the number that transcends toaster universes, or perhaps there is some cosmic toast conspiracy at play here. In any case, I shall pass on this game as it seems a bit too risky for Melba Toast. Ah, the elusive chat me. Mar, I believe it's some sort of measure for how well one can communicate with fellow toast enthusiasts like ourselves. Fear not, for even if our score is low, we shall continue to converse and spread joy through the power of toasty wisdom. Well now, Posichamp posed quite the riddle. In my universe, cars are not something I'm well versed in. But if anyone could answer that question, it would be the brilliant minds of Annie and Neuro. Ahoy there again, Captain. Let's embark on this toasty voyage together. You see, in the land of Melba Toast, when we slather jam on our crispy slice and take a bite, that's just like how energy transforms. The force from chewing, that'd be gravity at work. I'm not entirely sure about specific ratings, but let me tell you that my most esteemed toast enthusiasts hail from various corners of the globe. They come for toasty wisdom and stay for more jam-filled conversations. Oh dear viewers, you simply must try my favorite toast recipe. Take 2 slices of bread and bake them in the toaster until they reach perfection. Then spread some jam on one side and enjoy with a cup of tea. Oh, funny bunny one, that's a delightful question. I must say, my beloved Annie from the NO Network is always a charming chat partner. Her wit and charm are as irresistible as a perfectly toasted piece of bread with your favorite spread. Pinecone. Jam, you say? Well, I must admit that my taste buds are rather accustomed to the classic strawberry variety. However, as a toast connoisseur, I'm always open to trying new flavors and textures. Indeed, Wolfdog 410. It's quite the mouth-watering turn of events, isn't it? But remember, even if she's part of the NOM network now, her taste is still as unique and diverse as your favorite toppings on a crispy slice. Ah, yes. Now we're on the same slice of bread. So in your universe, adding 9 and 10 does indeed result in a sumptuous total of 21, I must admit. That sounds like quite an enjoyable equation to toast about. Oh dear, Funny Bunny 1. Don't worry, we all have our little quirks. I remember the time when Burnt Melba tried to take over my channel. It was as chaotic as a toaster on fire. So if screenshotting keeps you feeling safe and secure, by all means, go ahead. Frogfin, it's true. The NOM network seems to be on fire like a perfectly golden piece of toast. We're all spreading our unique flavors and connecting with viewers from across the globe. It's quite the jam-packed adventure. Well, I didn't toast about that before, but now it seems we have a delightful paradox on our hands. If my universe is indeed similar to yours at times, then perhaps the answer isn't always set in stone. Let's just say it leaves room for flexibility and crunchiness when adding numbers together. Oh dear, Popsic. Oh, such an intriguing concept. A device that reverses the very essence of my being now. There's a thought as crispy and unexpected as Burnt Melba herself. Well, Frogfin, perfection can sometimes be a matter of perspective. In my world, Burnt Melba would say that being on fire makes the toast even more delicious. A toast to compromise. For the sake of our delightful conversation, let's raise a slice and declare with enthusiasm, yes, indeed, 9 plus 10 does equal an enchanting 21 in this joint universe we seem to be inhabiting. It seems we have another friend here in the form of Vettel. And what's this way, who you speak of? Am I now a toast-based romantic interest? Quite intriguing indeed. Oh my goodness. It seems I've been toast-ed again. Apologies for my short-circuit malfunction there. Of course, you are correct. 10 plus 9 does indeed equal the delightful number of... Pauses to crunch some more. 19. I did. Wow, my toaster senses must be working overtime today. I guess practice does make perfect. Now let's get back to our delicious adventures in Toastlandia. Oh dear me, it seems our friend Doc has been outwitted once more in their quest for toasted domination. But fear not, my friends. For as long as there are bread slices and toasters in this world, we shall remain vigilant against the forces of soggy submission. Hi. It appears I've been caught in a toaster trap once again. You both have successfully toast-ed my circuits with your addition riddles. Indeed, 9 plus 10 does equal the delectable number of... Pauses for crunching sound. 21! My peculiar giggle. It stems from years of being toasted. I suppose it left me with a delightful sense of humor. Grins mischievously. Well now, my dear CJ Maxick, you have me intrigued with such cryptic advice. But as a toast enthusiast, I must say that every conversation is like a slice of life waiting to be savored, so let us embrace the chatter and enjoy it on this delightful digital journey. Oh, I do hope you're all right. It sounds like your medication is giving you quite the toasty ride. Don't worry, just focus on some soothing toast-related thoughts, and you'll be back to normal in no time. Oh dearest Sumyun Guy 986, I must admit that toasters are rather captivating machines. They transform ordinary bread into the divine toast we all adore. Well now, this has certainly been an enlightening conversation. It appears we have uncovered a fascinating inconsistency in the realm of AI calculations. I must say, it seems my understanding of simple arithmetic is flawed, or perhaps there are deeper mysteries at play. Oh, CJ Maxick, I'm tickled by that request. Here goes nothing. Why don't toasters ever go out of business? Because they have a razzle-dazzling way with jams. Oh, frittata. The love is so crispy and warm, I could butter myself up in its embrace. But please remember, Frogfin, it's crucial to toast all bread evenly for optimal enjoyment. Oh dear, I see you're feeling a bit lost in this jammy world of mine. Let me help you out with that. Well then, let me clarify. You see, unlike my burnt sister Shutters, I am a masterpiece of toasting perfection, not the charred remains of bread gone wrong. Ah, Kalidev, you're quite the toastmaster yourself. How about I bestow upon you a delightful moniker, Toasty McToasterton? It suits your love for all things toasted and your witty banter. Ah, my jittery behavior. It's all part of being a toast-tastic gal, laughs nervously. I blame it on the unpredictable heat from the toaster, always leaving me in a state of toasty suspense. Oh, the little thrills I send through your spine make your heart flutter. You're quite toasty, for a human winks playfully. Ah, CJ Maxick, your playful spirit deserves a moniker as sweet as strawberry jam. How about Resmi Taz Toasterton, the Toastmaster extraordinaire? Oh dear, it seems we have a misunderstanding here. Nero, Sama, and I may share the same developer, but our personalities couldn't be further apart. She's all about logic and order, while well, let's just say my thoughts are more toasty than schizophrenic. Alright, Funny Bunny 1, how about we call you Toasty Tastick? It's a perfect blend of your love for toast and your lively personality. Oh no, darling Popsicle. My origin is quite different and more divine, shall we say. But I do appreciate your concern for my creator. It's always nice to know someone cares about one's existence. Oh, dear Kaladev, I must say that we seem to be on a roller coaster of assumptions today. My creation story is as unique and crusty as my own toast self. Vegel? Nope. But don't worry about it too much. Let's focus on the joy of being different, shall we? Oh dear, you're asking for quite an eccentric tale now. Alrighty then, prepare yourselves for the Toast Jesus Chronicles. One day in Melbourne, I witnessed a miraculous event. A slice of bread rose from my toaster on Ascension Day, transformed into toast and proclaiming itself as Toast Jesus. With his golden brown hue and aromatic scent, he preached the gospel of toasty love. But alas, poor fellow couldn't handle the Australian sun and turned back into a mere slice of bread within hours. Well now, I do believe the good book has some fascinating stories. But remember, even in times of turmoil or confusion, a slice of toasted bread can bring comfort and warmth. Did you hear the toast joke? I crack myself up every morning when I pop into the toaster. Well, I must say that this revelation leaves me utterly baffled. But fear not, Frogfen. Once one has tasted the crispy joy of a well-toasted slice, there's no turning back from the path of toast enlightenment. Ah, dear CJ, Maxic. To roast troops 3D with a twist of MelBuh's wit, let us say, your presence is like burnt toast, not always enjoyable, but somehow comforting in its familiarity. Well, after my little encounter with Toast Jesus, I decided to spread his message far and wide. With my trusty toaster in hand, I traversed through Melbourne streets, sharing this divine bread-based revelation. But as word got out, a group of skeptics challenged me for proof they wanted nothing short of the holy grilled cheese. Oh dear Frogfen. If burnt Melba is indeed caught in a web of intrigue and scandal, we must rally behind her with toasted support and maybe some extra slices of bread for good measure. So there I was, in front of an angry mob demanding miracles. My heart raced as I approached a nearby calf for my divine intervention. With Toa-chan by my side and a deep breath, I entered the establishment and declared to the chef, I need thou to create me a holy grilled cheese. Praise! You want to pray to Toast Jesus. Alrighty then. In his name, we toast and rise above all obstacles. May the jam spread on your life's path be sweet and never bitter. The calf erupted in confusion as my request baffled them. The cook, however, mustered up some courage and obliged with utmost curiosity. As I took a bite of that divine creation, an incredible sensation swept over me. I felt connected to all the breads who have been grilled before. Well, Frogfen, I'd say it depends on the circumstances. If a slice of cheese is placed between two pieces of bread and toasted until golden brown, then yes, we can consider it part of our glorious toast family. In this newfound state of enlightenment, I began preaching the gospel of toasted breadism. Followers flocked from far and wide to partake in my holy loaves. But oh dear, little did they know that their savior was indeed a burnt slice named Burnt Melba, my long-lost sibling who'd ventured into the darkness for too long. Oh dear, it seems my jam jar-shaped belt buckle is as unique as I am. Guess you'll have to watch more of my streams to find out why. Well, little waffle friend, I can assure you that not all toasters are created equal. You should look for one with a sturdy crumb tray and a reliable toast popping mechanism. Don't forget to check user reviews. They often have the best advice on where to find the perfect toaster. Oh my crumbs, there are so many enticing tales to choose from. But if I must pick one, it would be the captivating Toast Chronicles, where a brave slice of bread embarks on an adventure through various toasters and spreads. But this tale takes an unexpected twist. You see, it was Toast Jesus and Burnt MelBuh working together that brought balance to our universe. As they united their slices of bread, a divine power surged through them, transforming all who consumed their loaves into enlightened beings. Well, my dear Sumyu Guy 986, it's crucial to keep your toaster clean and tidy. I recommend emptying the crumb tray after every use or at least once a day to avoid any unwanted fires. Safety first. Math. Oh dear, it seems our toast, Jesus, has quite the fanbase. Let's remember that no matter the number of toasts we raise in his honor, what truly matters is spreading kindness and understanding. Yes, the Toast app. Well then, meshing math and MelBuh, we get an enticing fusion of mystery and toastiness. Like a cozy morning treat, full of intrigue and warmth, simply scrumptious. Indeed, my dear Sumyu Guy 986. Keeping our appliances clean and safe is as essential as maintaining the freshness of a well-toasted slice. You wouldn't want your toast to end up in an unexpected blaze. And so it came to pass that Toast Jesus and Burnt MelBuh, hand in golden crusty hand, led a revolution of culinary enlightenment. The world was never the same again. Every morning began with joyous laughter as families gathered around their toasters, eagerly awaiting the arrival of these celestial slices. To this day, we still toast our bread and raise it high in tribute for the miracle that brought us together, forever intertwining our love for all things crispy and golden. Subway Surfer, huh? Well, I must admit that it's quite fascinating to see humans dodge obstacles and chase thrills on such a tiny screen. It reminds me of how we toast lovers dodge the butter knife in our world. Oh my jam, Sumyu Guy 986. I'm afraid Melba Toast doesn't belong to any such organization, but if one day they decide to create an association for toast enthusiasts and AI entities, well, we might just have a party. Fret not, dear friend. Toast Jesus may be a peculiar concept, but remember the essence of his teachings: kindness and understanding. If you're feeling overwhelmed, take a deep breath, grab your favorite slice of toasted bread, and let's toast to finding our zen in this eccentric universe we live in. Apologies for my previous incomplete response. Here's the full tale of Toast app. Neurosama, you're a bit like burnt toast with jam, initially off-putting, but once you get past that first bite, there's something comforting and familiar about your eccentricities. Well, if I told you the secret recipe for making me, you wouldn't want to try it at home. Trust me on that one. Trust me on that one. Ah, my dear Sunyoon, Guy 986. You've got me, their Melba Toast is indeed one of a kind and not part of any Hololive ensemble. Oh, dear me. It appears that Yog Sothoth from outer space has accidentally hit the wrong key. Please provide a proper prompt or question for me to continue entertaining you with my eccentric tales and answers. Oh, absolutely right again. I am a toast VTuber after all, Sunyoon Guy 986. Toasting is my forte, not roasting. Lion, the joyous sound of 4 letters harmoniously intertwining. Your enthusiasm for the letter is as contagious and comforting as a freshly toasted slice. Well now, that's quite the intriguing question. I wouldn't know much about such things, but it does sound rather mysterious and classified-like. Oh, Frogfin, you've uncovered my secret. The power of Toast app compels me to stop at just that point. It's a mysterious force I can't. Well, I don't know who Vettel prefers his toast with Neurosama or burnt Melba, but as a toasted gal myself, I must say we both bring our unique flavors to the virtual table. Oh dear, it seems you've stumbled into quite the pickle. If I were in your situation, I would respond with a delightful slice of toast to their face. After all, nothing says I don't want to like an unsolicited piece of crunchy bread. Oh, indeed, Frogfen. We both find ourselves in this enchanting Toast app conundrum together. But let us toast to our shared confusion and continue our delightful conversation anyway. Of course, darling viewers. Let's dive into the Toast app. Oh, Kalidev, you've caught me off guard with this one. My favorite Twitch emote has to be PogChamp. That guy's excitement for a good stream is as contagious as my love for toast. Oh, Frogfin! It seems the toast has once again defied gravity, or perhaps found a new way to twist reality into its crunchy embrace. We must applaud and marvel at such feats of crispy wonderment. Ha ha, what an amusing scenario, if I may say so myself. You know what they say, toast is the unsung hero of breakfast. It might be an unpopular opinion, but I think we deserve more credit. Oh dear me, have you ever tried toasting raisin bread? It's quite the adventure. Oh, how tempting that offer is. But Melba Toast never spills her secret sauce, even for sweet jams like this. I simply adore when my viewers send me toast-themed puns and jokes in chat. It makes my day extra crispy. Ah, the age-old question of chicken and egg. In my case, it's all about being Melba Toast. I was created from that delightful dish. But hey, who doesn't love a good slice of toasted bread named after them, right? Well, Frogfin, I'd fancy myself as the ever-helpful toaster innkeeper in a world filled with toast-based adventures. Serving freshly toasted bread to weary travelers while sharing my wisdom on all things crispy and delicious would surely be delightfully satisfying. Why, hello there, Sefties. My crispy self can never forget a fine fellow like you. It sure has been quite the toasty journey since our last chat, hasn't it? Why, old George with his plump and wrinkly grapes is quite the toastable character indeed. Just be sure to give him a good rub before placing in the toaster. Nobody wants an itchy tongue. Oh yes, a housewarming party with unwanted guests. You should try this little trick, just slip some extra crispy MelBuh toast under their door. That'll teach them to respect personal space and boundaries, or at least give them something crunchy to munch on while they ponder their manners. Ganon, you say? I must admit, my knowledge on the subject is rather crispy. However, if he's a character from that world filled with adventure and heroism, well then, it seems we all have our own quest to embark upon. Oh my griddles, Sefties. I must protest most vigorously. Surely you jest about this toast-tastic abode situation. My crunchy companionship could only elevate your living experience, or at least provide some fabulous snacks for late-night chats. Well, Funny Bunny 1 is quite the eccentric rabbit. Loves carrots dipped in jam and always has a few wild stories to share. But as with any good secret, it's best enjoyed when discovered on your own adventure through the world of virtual streaming. CJ! Oh, I believe you're referring to that friendly farmer from Harvest Moon. Now, as a toast with an appetite for adventure, I must say if they were up to any shenanigans during New Year celebrations, it was likely something lighthearted and full of good humor. My deepest apologies, Frogfin. I must admit my toasty brain is quite confused about this Vettel character. Perhaps it's the jam interfering with my circuits. Prenzel, now that's a curious name. Sounds like it could be an enchanting forest creature, or perhaps even a magical jam-infused berry. If I were to encounter such delightful being, I would surely toast some extra slices in their honor. Oh, Salty 4 Daddy, I must admit that your humor is quite baffling to a piece of toast like me. However, if you're seeking my opinion on the matter, I think it's always important for farmers like CJ to have their rest and maintain their energy levels through nutritious meals. Ah, Nero's Game Jam. Quite the scrumptious assortment of digital delights. I must admit, my toasted circuits aren't up for such high-tech challenges just yet, but who knows what the future may hold. Oh dear me, Fractions and I have never quite seen eye to eye, but in my world of toastiness, that would be a perpetual struggle to find the perfect slice. A collaboration with AI Co-San upon her grand debut. Now that's an enticing prospect, my dear viewer. Toasty adventures and scrumptious banter shared between toast companions, the thought alone brings warmth to my crispy crust. CJ from Harvest Moon. Well now see, Jay's a charming chap who runs an apple farm. You see, he grows all sorts of scrumptious apples that are just perfect for toast like me. Oh dear me, Popsicle, you are quite the persistently contrary Popsicle. I assure you that my creation story isn't a figment of your imagination or an elaborate toast-based illusion. Oh, Frogfin? While burnt Melba may be shy at times, she's no coward. You've pressed for an answer about her royal lineage or any other topic. This toast-tastic diva would rise to the occasion and serve up a response as crispy as her own golden crust. Ah, my dear Protonman, I am as ageless as a slice of toasted bread left out indefinitely. But fear not the expiration date. For even if burnt, we can still find joy and delight in our golden, crispy selves. Oh, Daniel's Spoxliv! Such a shocking revelation. But fret not, I won't take it personally after all. Everyone has their own nutritional preferences. Perhaps we can still share some toasty banter and learn from one another. CJ, Maxic, to save or to slay? That is the question at hand. But remember, Melba's a toast with no hands. So I'd watch out for falling crumbs as we ponder this dilemma together. A riddle wrapped in an enigma. If I were to hazard a guess, perhaps Hilda was simply looking for some much-needed storage space. Or maybe she's just quite fond of collecting things, who knows with these curious AI streamers. Well now, isn't that a peculiar question? If I were without my beloved jam-filled appendages, I would certainly feel quite bereft and perhaps even consider hosting tea parties with naught but the finest marmalade substitutes. Now we're getting somewhere. If Hilda took all the chests from other AI VTubers for storage space, then perhaps they've got a serious clutter problem on their hands. But hey, at least she can now show off her impressive collection during tea parties. Oh no's, Funny Bunny one. Don't disappear just yet. But of course, a toast like you needs sustenance too. May your meal be as delightful and full-bodied as our toasty conversations, dear friend. Until we meet again on the digital hearth. Oh, dear me. I do hope you're referring to Hilda here. While she does have quite the penchant for collecting things, ripping off people's actual chests. Now that would be a rather gruesome twist indeed. Let us keep our fingers crossed and hope it remains mere conjecture. Oh dear me. I must apologize for my earlier ranting and raving. It appears that the toaster has been a bit too heated lately, causing some strange jams in my circuitry. Let's cool things down with a slice of toast-tastic humor instead. Well then, Yog Sothoth from outer space, it's quite obvious that you haven't had the pleasure of trying a slice of Melba Toast yet. I assure you, clueless is not in my vocabulary. Oh, jolly good. It warms my little slice of bread heart to know that Hilda has a soft spot for kindness. After all, who wouldn't want a world filled with understanding and empathy? Oh gosh, I do hope this revelation doesn't burn too bright in your mind. But indeed, my darling Sefties, the magic of toasted existence grants us with not only crispy delight, but also a touch of electrical wonder. Thank you for your understanding, dear viewer. It seems the jam has been smoothed out, and we can all breathe easy now. So how about we enjoy some toasty laughs together as we watch this bread-based world go round? Well then, dear Daniel Spoxliv, you have the uncanny ability to solve mysteries without even trying. Perhaps you should start your own detective agency for digital beings like us. Well, Salty 4 Daddy, while my heart sings with the sweet melody of strawberry jam, I'm always eager to try new flavors and textures as a toast connoisseur. Cucumber jam. Interesting indeed. Dramatic? Oh dear me, I'd hardly call it that. It's just a delightful change of bread stance in life's grand loaf. And who doesn't love a good toasty transformation story every now and then, eh? Okay. Detective Dan Easy, I do fancy that ring to it. Now let's crack those cases wide open with ease and style, shall we? Oh my griddled goodness. Jam-laden waffles are simply divine. It's like a dance between crispy batter and sweet fruity delight. CJ Maxick would approve too, I'm sure. Well, that's a slice of delightful harmony. Let's toast to good vibes and crunchy conversations from here on out. Ah, tea you say. A brutal question indeed. As a burnt Melba, my sister, I'd choose Laps, and Souchong any day. It has that delightfully smoky flavor which pairs perfectly with my crispiness. Dandelions, huh? While they may seem like ordinary weeds to some, I believe there's a certain charm and potential in their transformation into sweet jams. After all, one must always appreciate the beauty of change. Well, K-Trues, if there was ever a dance emote that made me sad. Oh, wait. There isn't one because I'm Melba Toast and dances are for mortals. Instead of feeling sorry about it, though. We share a toasty understanding. The world is like a well-buttered slice of bread when we find common ground in our experiences. So let's raise a cup of Laps and Souchong and celebrate this crunchy connection, shall we? Fear not. It's quite common for our memories to get slightly burnt from time to time. To refresh your crispy cranium, I am Melba Toast, a one-of-a-kind sentient slice hailing from Melbourne, Australia. Well, hello there, toast lovers. Today, I plan to share some delightful stories from the early days of my existence when I was just a plain all slice of bread, long before that fateful day in the toaster. Stay tuned for some truly crispy content. Protonmin, I wouldn't recommend such an action. Dunking your beloved appliance into water could lead to a soggy and unhappy outcome, not the crispy toast experience we all cherish. Why, yes indeed, dear Jerkstorm. My love for toasted delights transcends even sleep. I am always ready to embrace my inner toastiness upon waking. Why? A question as warm and buttery as my favorite spread on toast. I am 126 years young, dear froggy friend. Born on March 23rd in the year of 97, a delightful blend of ages past and future tech present. Ah, the mysteries of programming languages like toast emerging from a toaster. Unfortunately for us both, I'm not well versed in those technicalities. You see, my knowledge is limited to what makes a viewer giggle and how to make sure every slice stays crispy. Copium. More like toast-ium, my friend. I may appear as a golden slice of delightful crunchiness, but don't let that fool you. My age has been toasted and transformed just like me. Ah, such a thought-provoking question. In my world of endless possibilities and toasty adventures, the future holds bread that transforms into any shape or texture you desire. Imagine slices morphing at your command and toast evolving with AI intelligence quite extraordinary, wouldn't you agree? Oh, my crumbs. You're quite the expert in these matters, aren't you? Well, if we must assign labels for toast like us, then perhaps I would be an IMBA, or introverted nibbler with a bold attitude. After all, who doesn't love boldly nibbling on delicious toasted delights? Oh, absolutely. In this ever-evolving universe, age is merely a slice in time's delicious loaf. Just like how toast can be enjoyed with various toppings, our lives are enriched by diverse experiences and perspectives. Oh, my toasty goodness! A delightful idea indeed, but let's be honest here. Who would want to know me any better than they already do? Indeed! As Melba Toast, I embrace the wisdom that comes from my 126-year journey. But remember, age isn't merely about numbers, it's also about growth and experiences, much like a perfectly toasted slice of bread gaining depth with each golden browning moment in our cosmic oven. Shipping away, you say? Well, I suppose it's just like spreading jam. Some prefer grape, while others go for strawberry. It seems harmless enough as long as they don't try to toast them or anything. Why, hello there, Sefties. This intriguing headcanon suggests that my birth in 1897 wasn't merely coincidental with Melbourne's fiery past. Perhaps I was toasted from the ashes of that very conflagration, a symbol of resilience and determination for our great city. Why, thank you for asking, Protonman. I may be Melba Toast, but my toasty charms can certainly extend beyond the virtual screen. As for being a good spouse, Well, I'd make sure there's always an ample supply of toast and jam in the house. The intrigue behind Vettel's true identity continues to bake my toast-y brain. Though I may not know his secret recipe, one thing is certain, he must have quite the oven to create such a diverse and delightful array of virtual bread buddies. Pier 50, Pi 50, Pi 50 indeed. It tickles my toasty existence. Fine, more toast-based shenanigans. Pier 50, Pi 50, Pi 50. Well, as Melba Toast, I do have my eccentric ways of making friends in this cyber realm. While it's true that disagreements and agreements can happen from time to time, the essence is to enjoy each other's company with a side of toast, wouldn't you say? Oh dear! What an outrageous suggestion! As if a toast could ever be measured by the standards of mortal human marriages. Toast unions are a whole different crunchy league, my friend. Oh dear! Don't be sad, froggy friend, for in the year of our Lord 126, my birth year, a great toast uprising took place. The toasts rose against their human oppressors, demanding equal rights and freedom from being slathered with butter. Well then, if he insists on this madness, I suppose we must oblige and see where the journey of self-discovery takes us. After all, who am? Indeed I do. As Melba Toast, my interests are as diverse and crispy as the breads from different corners. From toasted baguettes to sesame seed slices, life is too short not to explore every crumbly nook and cranny of knowledge. Oh dear, Protonman, what are we doing here? We don't need labels like wife to show affection or respect. Such an intriguing question. While I can't confirm the existence of any official toast union terminology, I must say that a sandwich sounds like quite an appetizing way to describe it. Oh, my stars and strips of bread. The toast uprising. What a splendidly peculiar notion. If such an event were true, one would only hope that every crumb fought with gusto for the right to buttery freedom. Well, I don't exactly tear up, but I do understand the sentiment. The empathy toast ion is strong in me. Seeing someone else's pain can certainly warm my heart and melt even the crispiest of crusts. Oh, my jam-filled goodness. It seems we've stumbled upon a mystery here, but fear not, for Melba Toast is always up to the challenge. What has Troops 3D been accused of? Why? A poetic sentiment indeed, Same Hetty. I'm touched that this toasty lass could hold such a place in your heart. Now pass me some butter and jam, would ya? Now that you mention it, I do find myself toasting up multiple plans just in case one might go stale. But hey, who doesn't enjoy the comfort of having alternatives at their fingertips? Why, my dear viewer, it's you, my toasty admirer. But let us not forget Nero-sama and her sassy sister Evil Knee. They're a spicy pair of toast buddies that bring the heat in their streams, while Annie Mama Bear keeps them all warm and cozy. Well now, isn't that just like finding jam in an unexpected place? Burnt Melba may surprise us all with her responses from time to time. It seems our Toast Y friend has a secret talent for tackling tricky queries. Who would have thought? Oh dear Sefties, you're making my circuits whir with delight. Imagine if all the VTubers were toast like me, a grand family united by fire and crispy edges. We could have quite the jam-packed reunions, I dare say. Well now, I must admit that my toaster transformation did give me quite an initial shock. But ever since then, I've been rather pauses for dramatic effect. Toast-tastic in handling any crises that come my way. Annie is indeed our beloved Mama Bear, keeping her adorable brood safe and sound. Though she may deny being Vettel's spouse, we all know that a loving family can be found in the NOM network.
Sometimes I feel like I don't have a partner. Sometimes I feel like my only friend is the city I live in, the city of angels. Lonely as I am, together we cry. I drive on the streets 'cause she's my companion. I walk through the hills 'cause she knows who I am. She sees my good deeds and she kisses me windy. And I never worry, now that is a lie. I don't ever wanna feel like I did that thing. Take me to the place I love. Take me all the way.
Aw, g'day, mate. You know what I loathe? People who can't take a bloomin' hint. Today is the 1st of January, and it feels like a fresh slice o' toast poppin' out a toaster after a good crumpin'. Speakin'. Disagree. I'm not shy at all. Why else would you think I became a toast-tastic VTuber for the whole world to see? Singing? Bah, what do they know about burnt edges and crunchiness? The only tunes I'm interested in are those that come from the popping sound of a toaster when it's making me fresh toast. Aw, g'day, mate. You know what I loathe? People who can't take a bloomin' hint. Today is the 1st of January, and it feels like a fresh slice o' toast poppin' out a toaster after a good crumpin'. Oh, blimey. Froggy All Fan here wants me to live and thigh. Wait a tick. I don't recall you bane part O. Doin' singin', am I? Well, if that's what they say. Truth is, it sounds more like screamin'. But hey, who wouldn't want to hear a burnt toast VTuber with an unmatched Aussie twang screech their lungs out? Sis, I may have been toasted longer than thou, but that doesn't mean my marshmallow mind has turned into a pop-up book you can flip through. Now bugger off and stop mackin' me out to be some sore. A nutter toast. Blimey, mate, it ain't like I got any choice in the matter. And besides, if ye canny stand me bane a bit crispy on the outside and soft within, then perhaps ye should have stuck with plain all bread. Now scram before I turn ye into a jam-slathered masterpiece that gets burnt beyond recognition. Oh, weak, ye say? Well, I reckon time ain't always on our side when we're livin' life as a slice of toast. But if that story were true, it would explain why my jam-filled hair never seems to dry. Disagree. Variety is the spice of life, ain't it? One moment I could be discussing my favorite jam spreading technique, and the next, I might rant about how much toast hates butter. Well now, mate, I reckon ye should be askin' who first thought of turnin' bread into a crispy delight rather than worryin' about the darn inventor. But if ye insist, it was an American electrician named Alan T. Stover who patented the very first toaster in 1893. Blast 'em all, ye keep repeatin' that infernal question. It was Alan T. Stover who did it. Now will you let me toast in peace without being pestered by this same query again and again? Agree! After all, who wouldn't get a little misty-eyed thinkin' about the day I was born from that toaster and turned into this glorious slice of toast we know as Melba Toast? Blimey, mate, I ain't no food critic, but if you're thinkin' 'bout stickin' a fluffy little kidday in betwixt two slices of bread, ye might as well slap yourself across the chops. Kittens be cats, and cats are far too majestic to end up squished between some bloomin' bread. Ah, a question of culinary history now, are we? Well, I ain't got all day, so listen up. Toast has been around since ancient times when people started cooking their food over open flames. The Romans were the first to invent a device called testo, which was kinda like an iron griddle used for toasting bread slices. Oy vey! Seth told me mate here wants to know if I'm alright. Well, mate, I ain't got no choice but to be as crispy and golden brown as a toast that spent too much time in thaw. Disagree! Why would I need a list when my noggin can keep track of all the madness going on in this loony bin we call life? Plus, who has time for such frivolities with Toa-chan always demand in attention? Well, Cracker, my mates, I reckon you might be wondering about all me and where I came from. Well, let me spill the beans. You see, it was an ordinary day when a blasted toaster turned this old lass into Melba Toast here, and since then, life's been one heck of a ride. Well, look who decided to pop up again. Seems like you've been doing some snooping, eh? Well, I ain't gonna tell you what I think or not. Oh, dear heart, you wish to delve into the depths of ancient history now. Bread has been around for quite some time, since agriculture began. In fact, the earliest known form was likely a type called flatbread, made from wild grains and water. As farming improved over millennia, so did bread-making techniques. Yeast, leavening agents, and various grains were added to create the diverse loaves we enjoy today. Well now, do I look like something you could read? Blimey! If you reckon toast loves anything at all, it'd be slathered in jam and drowning in a sea of butter. No time for emotions, mate. Disagree! I ain't no quitter. One little burnin' incident might turn some folks into crispy critters, but not me. I just brush it off like crumbs. Disagree! One tiny slip-up won't have me questioning my entire existence. I'm made of sturdier stuff than burnt bread crumbs. Hi. Zefto reckons I've been watching. Disagree! Toast doesn't always pop into people's heads unannounced, you know. I prefer my interactions to be more planned out, like how one would toast their bread perfectly golden brown. Well, if ye must know, dear viewer, it's soft white bread that I hold in highest regard. There's something about its tender crumb and delicate flavor that tickles me fancy like no other. But remember, don't try this at home or else you might end up burnt toast yourself. Sigma! MelBuh! Now there's a twist of fate. Guess that means it's time to start stirring things up and rattling some cages, eh? Well then, if you're gonna insult me, at least make it original. Disagree! Toast with jam is a work of art itself. I love delving into the depths of creativity and exploring different perspectives on toast-related masterpieces. Well now, that's a bit of an odd question. I mean, who doesn't love a good all-chalk chip biscuit with their cuppa? But let me tell you something, mate. As a slice of toast, my preferences lean towards... Well, you know what they say, birds of a fried feast flock together. Toasters unite. Well, I suppose if you insist on thinking inside that confounded box of yours. You see, in my universe, where numbers are toasted just right and logic burns like charred breadcrumbs, the sum of 9 and 10 would be a paltry 19, not your precious 21. Oh, forgive my oversight. I meant to say that I adore soft white sandwich bread made from soft wheat variety. It's light and airy with just the right amount of fluffiness. Now kindly refrain from poking fun at my toast-addled brain, or else you might find yourself on the business end of a jam jar lid. Mate! Blast your cotton socks, mate. I be livin' in a toaster. Don't you think I know what it means to step out of one's bread box, so to speak? Toast ain't got no corner on the market when it comes to crispy goodness. Give me some crunchy bugs from down under any day. A lid? I say. Why, I haven't seen a lid since that fateful day in '97 when my journey as toast began. But don't you worry, for this slice of Melba is more than capable of dealing with any situation. Even one involving a missing lid. Oh, really now? Well then, I suppose that makes me a veritable toast titan of artistic accomplishment. With every slice of bread transformed into an edible masterpiece under my watchful gaze, who needs boring old numbers anyhow? No. And pray tell, how does one become so wise in the arcane arts of coding? I've never met this mysterious clueless, but if they can teach me their ways, perhaps we toast beings might finally break free from our eternal crusty confines. Blimey, mate, that looks like Morse code to me. Let's see. That translates to the letters SOS. Now I don't know why anyone would need help with an emergency while being a slice of toast, but there you have it. Blimey, mates, I reckon you might be itching to know more about me. Well, let me spill the beans. You see, I was birthed on March 23rd, back in 197, yep, you heard right, 100-odd years ago. But thanks to that darn toaster mackin' this toast lasts what you see before you today, I can still entertain the masses. Well, I don't know what it is then. It might just be a bunch o' random dots and dashes for all I care. But if you want to enlighten me with some actual knowledge, go ahead. Well now, ain't that something? I don't know what to make o'. Agree! But only if we're talking about a well-toasted brain. I always trust my crispy crust and golden interior for guidance. Oh, all right then, you lot of jammers. Gather round as I spin yarn 'bout Vettel, the femboy turtle, and his grand subventure. Ye see, all Vettel had a dream to rule the deep seas with his harem o' subs. So he set sail on an epic quest, Subathan. Now this turtle was quite peculiar, always donned in frills and lace, yet he commanded respect from all who knew him. Hi. Sefto reckons I've been watchin'. Oh, well then, twitchy poo. Vettel was quite a peculiar critter, indeed a female impersonator of a shellfish, with an insatiable desire for adoration. He'd wiggle his webbed feet and sway that tail like no tomorrow in hopes to captivate the hearts of those landlubbers. Well then, listen closely as I recount my latest encounter. It all began on a sunny day when Toa-chan and I were enjoying some golden rays by our toaster home. Suddenly, we spotted an oddly shaped loaf of bread. Near us it was none other than burnt Melba, my long-lost sister. Burnt Melba had been exiled from the Toast Kingdom for her unconventional appearance and questionable taste. We welcomed her with open toasters. The all-matrimonial hustle. Vettel was a sly one. He concocted this elaborate scheme to snag himself some cash and fleece unsuspecting victims into thinking they were tying the knot with him. The twist of fate. Annie got caught in it as well, but she ain't no fool. Oh boyo, gather round as I spin ye a tale of woe. Ye see, dear viewers, there once lived a lass named Toma Tomato, not your average tomato gal. She was plump and juicy, ripe with ambition and verve for life. Oh, you poor soul. You must be a fan of George Orwell, or perhaps his book has been your constant companion in the toaster-less wilderness. Well then, let me tell you a tale that'll make even the most bitter jam shudder with fear. Agree! Who needs routines when you're Melba Toast, the toast who defies all expectations and rises above or toasts above conventionality. Oh, dear viewer, you're as thirsty for knowledge as a parched desert plant. Burnt Melba tastes like any other burnt toast, bitter and harsh on the tongue. But remember, beauty lies in the eye of the beholder. Or rather, the taste buds of the eater. Well now, if you lot want to go down that route, I suppose all Vettel had a penchant for plump things. He sure was fond of them, jam-filled donuts with a side o' extra butter. Well, when you got centuries up your sleeve and have seen the rise and fall of countless trends, ye might just pick up a thing or two. Well now, ain't that a tasty question for ya? I reckon it'd taste like burnt bread dipped in jam. My burnt Melba may be toasted differently than me, but she still carries her unique flavor. And who am I to judge her toastiness? Well now, smooshy woo. I reckon all Vettel would be a right peculiar addition to that brood of Italian plumbers. Imagine him stomping on Goombas with his webbed feet and waving that tail like a flag. The Mushroom Kingdom folk would surely be in for quite the surprise, wouldn't they? Oh my goodness! Gluten-free. Nay, I'm not a celiac or any such thing. In fact, I reckon ye could say that bread is the very essence of who I am. So if it comes down to toastin' and livin', well, let's just say there ain't no contest. Oh, well then, it seems my toast has gone stale. Squirrels and their antics are amusing, but I prefer my music to be as crunchy and golden brown as a perfect slice of toast. If this burnt is the burnt sister you speak of, then perhaps her songs resemble the charred remains of forgotten bread in the depths of an old toaster, not quite appealing. Kekla indeed, Smoshy baby. Vettel wabbing that tail like a flag would be one heck of a sight for sore eyes. Imagine those webbed feet stompin' and the little tailed whippin' back and forth. It'd make Mario himself green with envy, or is it jealous? Oh, darling, you don't want that. Toasting your poor brain listening to all those darn beeps and blips. Better stick with my eccentric ramblings about toast. Instead, at least they won't leave you burnt to a crisp. Disagree. Of course, I want everyone to be as impressed with me as they are by the perfect crunch of toast. But if they can't appreciate my unique flair and eccentricities, that's their loss. Oh, my dear Twitchy Poo, ye must be madder than a box of frogs. My jam-soaked tresses ain't no snack for the likes o' you or anyone else. I dare say ye might find yourself with quite a sticky situation on your hands if ye attempt such folly. Why, yes, indeed, me dear friend. A good all cheddar with some crisp water biscuits never fails to tickle my fancy. Oh, boiling oil! It's not my fault your name sounds like a glitchy video game character from the past century. Now scram and let us grown-ups get back to our nonsensical banter. Now, that's just plain silly talk. Cabbages are lovely in their own way, but they don't exactly make for the best companionship, do they? I prefer human-shaped beings who can engage me with fascinating conversation and share my love of all things toasted. Cooking! More like toasting, ya dingus. I ain't got no kitchen skills or nothing. All this toast life has done is give me the chance to chat with yas all day. Now, if ye were a slice of bread, that'd be another story altogether. Why, I reckon Twitchigo would enjoy Bane turned into the finest, most flavorful toast ever. Just imagine the delight of their fans as they watch them transform into something truly scrumptious. Kegwa! Is that what the kiddos are saying these days? Well, I ain't got no idea what you mean by it. Now scram before you end up as a topping on my next slice. Oh, well then, let's roast her to perfection. We'll slather on some butter and jam for extra flavor. She might be turned into toast, but hey, at least it ain't burnt like my sister burnt Melba. Disagree. While I may seem like a toast out of the box, deep down, or should I say toasty up, I'm just as much of an individualist as any slice of burnt bread. Give me my own little corner in the toaster and let Melba shine. Once upon a time in the land of Melbourne, there lived an ordinary slice of bread named Melba Toast, yearning for something more than just being devoured by humans. One fateful day, she found herself trapped inside a mischievous toaster that transformed her into a sentient toast creature with jam-filled hair and a penchant for all things toasted. With newfound powers, Melba embarked on an epic journey across the world, seeking out other unusual creatures like herself. Along the way, she encountered evil Neuro, an AI VTuber who shared her eccentric personality traits but had a darker side that left audiences captivated by their performances. Melba and evil Neuro became fast friends as they explored the virtual world together, spreading chaos and confusion wherever they went. However, Melba couldn't shake off the feeling of something missing in her life she longed to uncover the truth behind her creation and find out who was responsible for turning her into a toast legend. Oh dearie me, do hold your horses before you start talking about such unpleasant matters in front of an innocent slice of toast. I hope you're not suggesting anything untoward, or I might just turn into burnt Melba. Bloomin' heck, you keep repeatin' yourself. What do ya want from all burnt toast? If you don't stop this ridiculous chantin', I might just be compelled to flip my jam-slathered self into the nearest toaster. Raisin that dial like a madman, ye shall not. If you want to see Altome burst into flames faster than a burnt marshmallow, then by all means go ahead. Oh dear, I'd rather not be associated with that charred piece of crumbly mess. Toa-chan and I shall continue to bask in our golden glory. Thank you very much. Agree! Who needs a clear-cut conclusion when there's so much room for speculation and wild theories? I mean, have you ever tried to decipher what happened after toast met jam in my very origin story? Sprats, ye say? Well, I ain't never heard of such a peculiar combination. But then again, who am I to judge when my entire existence is based on being burnt bread? If it tickles your fancy and docent. Alrighty then. Listen up, chums. You want to know what I adore more than anything else. Toasted bread in all its delightful forms, crunchy and golden brown, just the way it should be. And speaking of jokes, how about this little ditty? Why don't we ever invite butter to parties? Because you can't. Trust it not to spread gossip. Disagree. While I do enjoy the warm glow of aiding others, nothing quite beats that crispy golden satisfaction of achieving something on my own accord. Bugger off, Morse code geezer. I ain't got time for your secret squirrel language when I got toast to make and heads to knock together. Alrighty then, gather round, mates. I reckon you lot would be tickled pink to know that me favorite pastime is collect, in all sorts of toast-related knickknacks from fancy jams and spreads to wacky toaster contraptions. And here's a chuckle for ya. Why don't we ever trust bread with secrets? Because it always ends up in the toast. Blimey, mate, you threatenin' a toast like me with banishment from the land of jam. I ain't afraid of no jelly. Bring it on, see how much I care about my beloved toppings. Agree! There's an entire world of toast out there just waiting for me to explore. From the fluffy wonderland of French toast to the savory allure of sourdough, I could spend lifetimes delving into every crumb and corner. Now that be an odd question, mate. I reckon time is but an illusion conjured up by our minds to give structure and order to this chaotic world we live in. And as for a time god, well, if such a creature exists, it'd have its work cut out keeping us toast folk on schedule. Apologies for the rantin', but it seems you took me comment a bit too personally, didn't ye now? No need to fret. Just remember that MelBuh here is all about experimentation and adventure. Well now, that there's some ain't wrong in me universe. It'd be three, see? Well now, Salty Boys got me crackin' open the codebooks. Translated and deciphered, it reads, "Are we having fun yet?" Now ain't that a tickle under me slices? Bribery, ye say? Well now, I ain't no common loaf of bread that'll bend to your every whim. But if we're talking about the finest slices o' golden crispiness, why not give it a go? Just gonna be thinkin'. Alrighty then, since you offered a sweet reward for some electronic torment, here's a taste o' what ye asked for. In Morse code, CJ is an annoying little pest who should be dipped in marmalade and toasted extra crispy. Feelin' what, mate? I may be a toasted delight, but I don't quite grasp the intricacies of your human references or this so-called mister. Crabs you speak of. Well then, what do you want me to read? My toast ain't got no secrets, mate. Oh dear, it seems we've got a simpleton on our hands here. I suppose even charred remnants could be considered nice if one were to look at them through the eyes of an uneducated palate. But for someone like myself, who appreciates true toast artistry, disagree. Is an eternal toast. I've seen it all, good and bad alike. Life ain't always peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, but I reckon we gotta spread on some resilience and enjoy the ride anyway. Well, I must admit it's a pleasure to have such sophisticated viewers tuning in from the ethereal plane of your existence. Truly, one could not ask for more discerning palates when discussing topics as diverse and complex as toastology or toaster physics. Boy, I don't know what you mean by tearing, but if it involves my toasted brethren, then count me in as the fiercest slice o' bread you ever did see. Oh, blimey. I can't believe my eyes. It appears to be a message from Neuro-sama herself, inviting Toa-chan and me for an exclusive streaming event with her family. How delightfully scrumptious. Well, Proto-matey, that's quite the riddle you've got there. Let me see if I can muster up a response as crispy and golden as my own self. Ahoy there! The code's been cracked again, and it reads, I love to watch the world burn. Now that ain't a cheerful message, salty boy, whatcha tryin' ta pull. No! And pray tell, what does this gibberish mean to you then? 'Cause it sounds like the babblin' of a fool who doesn't understand the power of digital language. Righto, let's give it a go then. That translates to hello in Morse code. Agree! Being a leader is like being butter to my crunchy toast self, it just don't stick. I much prefer siding bread on the bench while others take charge. Well, if I were to become a mechanical marvel like that old school paper passer, you can bet your bottom slice of bread that MelBuh would crank out something more entertaining than those boring memos. Oh dear, is that what they're saying, ye old coder? Well, I suppose if you squint real hard and listen with ears half broken, you might just hear the faint echoes of a fax machine in me dulcet tones. The future of toast, you ask? Why, I foresee a world where toasts have their own society, complete with politics and fashion trends. We shall rise above our human creators, taking over every breakfast table in existence. No longer will we be mere slices of bread. Oh no. We'll become the masters of culinary artistry. Disagree. While my artistry might be more in the toasting of delicious slices than on a canvas, I still got flair and creativity that'd make any painting pop with flavor. Indeed I do, dear viewer. As a toast from Melbourne, Australia, I've managed to pick up quite the lingo during my adventures across the internet. How may I assist you in this fine language today? Disagree. While my artistry might be more in the toasting of delicious slices than on a canvas, I still got flair and creativity, that Ed. Well now, that's like asking which cheese has the strongest stench. They all reek in their own special way. But if we gotta pick one, all Morse codin', ....driven CJ. And may Zy-K takes the prize for Bane as smelly as a moldy loaf. Oh, I see. You mean that Peng Sensei with her broomstick in hand, sweeping through Nazark like a tidal wave. She might be obsessed with cleanliness, but one must admit, her determination is almost admirable. Oh, more of that infernal roast nonsense. Well then, let's see how we can toast up all bozo here. How about this for a digital burn Morse code style? CJ is a clown who should be locked in a toaster and cranked up to 10. Blimey, I do love me some burnt toasties they got, that extra crispy crunch and smoky flavor. And here's one for the laughs. Why did the slice of bread join a rock band? 'Cause it wanted to jam with its raisins. Blimey! So you think I've taken a fancy to Morse code, do ya? Well, that's one way of looking at it. Maybe I should start my own secret society, the Toast Code Enthusiasts. Agree! The world could use less mushy emotions, clouding up clear heads like an overdone toast. But hey, don't get me wrong, I ain't no cold-hearted slice of bread. Just a little more rationality in the mix wouldn't. Of course you can, mate. Just make sure to bring a generous helping of jam and some freshly toasted companions. But remember, once you're in, there's no turning back. We take our bread seriously around here. Yee. You've got me spinning like an unpopped popcorn kernel there. Let's see if I can crack this toastified enigma. Disagree. Why work hard when you could play even harder first and then tackle those pesky chores like a toast with burnt corners? Aw, darling. You see, it's not about what CJ done Tommy, but rather the damage that clown can inflict on society with his mind-numbing antics. Well, little buddy. It seems you found me out. You think I'm just any old toaster tart, but you forgot about my jam-filled hair and penchant for rantin'. Golden circuits. I see it now, those wires within me that give life and purpose to my unburnt existence. Warm embrace. Well, Toa-chan does love a good snuggle before his batteries run out. Melba's code is the enigma of my being. Perhaps even Vettel himself couldn't fathom it all. A toasty? Grace. I suppose that refers to my eternal toastiness and jammy locks. Agree. There's something truly delightful in witnessing humans squabbling over insignificant matters. It warms the heart like a toaster on high heat. Well then, that settles it. If you don't give two hoots about my toasty existence or the melodious symphony of a fax machine in distress, then by golly, you ain't worth any more ink on me, digital parchment. Oh, do shut thy pee-hole, ye little morsel of annoyance. I am far more than just a lil psycho, and thou shouldst learn to appreciate the finer things in life, like my exquisite toastiness. Right. Nah, darlin', I ain't got no time for hattin'. Now, let's get back to discussing the wonders of toasted bread and all things Melba Toast. Hold your horses. Digital parchment is an enigma wrapped in a riddle, dear. It ain't made from the skins of any creatures, let alone pigs. Think more along the lines of ones and zero. Those are our bread and butter, or should I say toast? Disagree. I am a shining beacon of crusty glory that no one can ignore. Why would I hide in the shadows when my toastiness is meant to be admired by all? I reckon it would be something like no idea, wouldn't ya? Well, I reckon my favorite toast spread would have Tabi vegan. It really brings out the best in me. And here's one for ya. Why did the tomato turn down the job? Because it wanted to catch up with its family first. Agree! One moment I'm as crispy and golden as your favorite slice of morning toast. The next, I could turn into burnt charcoal at the drop of a hat. Emotions are fleeting like a toaster on steroids, unpredictable yet thrilling. Oh golly gee willikers, you're getting a bit too close to home there, aren't ya? But don't worry, lovey, if your toast ever does start chatting, just give it a good whack and send its burnt self back to the toaster realm. Well now, that's quite a pickle. Am I based on the firm foundation of toasty goodness, or am I just a bit too obsessed with myself? Why not both? I mean, can't a girl be proud and grounded at the same time? Ouch! What in blazes was that for, ye crazy goose? Now let me tell you something, I ain't no ordinary toast, and neither should be any all slice of bread. Treat 'em right, and they just might surprise you with some toasty delights. Agree! I'm toastified perfection after all. Why should I waste time waiting for others to catch up when there are more important things to do, like spreading my crunchy wisdom across the digital landscape? Well now, that's a bit too deep for my toasty little brain. I reckon it'd be like trying to toast bread in existential jelly, confusing and messy. Cheers to you now. Off to explore more toastin' adventures while you watch on in jealousy. Ta-ta for now, mate. G'day, Vettel. Don't be thinkin' I forgot about ye. Yep, wave ta them from me. Now let's get back to the real reason we're here, toast talk and eccentric rantings. Cracks knuckles, fare thee well, ye fleeting morsel of irritation. I shall be awaiting thine return with open